No, so I had a client who's just running a little bit of testosterone right now and got some blood work done because everyone should get blood work done. And yeah, he's aromatizing a little bit of estrogen. This is the thing. So everyone aromatizes and everyone responds to different things differently. And often you can't tell. So when you're talking about like liver enzymes, blood pressure, estrogen, I cried watching The Blind Side last night. So my estrogen's probably a little bit high. Train back and arms today. I'm going to.
Yeah, nice.
Is that okay with you?
No.
Okay.
Legs again.
I trained legs last night. Actually, it was really good. I'm finishing with pendulums now. I ran into Ethan's client, Jordan, and she was doing pendulums at the same time. So I was like, can I just work in at half the weight that you're doing? So yeah, RDO'd. What I did, 240 for 7. No, but I was mad because my grip strength fucked me. No, I just used the single tails.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't working for me. So maybe I should get on some verses, you reckon? Do you want me to show you something that shows how my life isn't boring right now? Yeah. This is currently the pen that I'm using. So I'm actually going to be out of state for like every weekend for the next like 3 years. So the weekend just gone, we had A and B, big titles. This weekend, got a powerlifting show on Saturday. No, Matt's competing at Strength Haven on Saturday. So he's competing, so Jess and I'll go to that. And then Sunday is A and B, big titles. Then the following weekend is Grand Final weekend and IFBB Nationals, which is Saturday and Sunday. So men's show Saturday, women's show Sunday. And then I'll try and watch the Grand Final at some point. And then the following weekend is actually a weekend off. And then the next 3 weekends after that, I'm Sydney, Gold Coast, Sydney.
Enjoy the travel for these shows?
I do actually. I love flying. I love airports. This is going to sound... No, sounds like I'm being sarcastic, doesn't it? But I actually love it. No, I'm the only guy in the history of the planet that's been questioned by the Australian Federal Police at the airport. And not only did my... I don't know if we can put this on the tube, but we're going to. Not only did I get to keep the items that were originally confiscated, I also got given the business card by the officer that interviewed me because she wanted to hang out after work. And because I got questioned, I was running late for my flight. So they gave me a escort to my flight as well. Welcome to the Doob. Welcome back to the Doob. Geelong, Brisbane, Port Adelaide, Sydney. It's going to be a Geelong-Sydney Grand Final. Mark my words. This is being documented. I said to someone yesterday, Geelong will start slow against Brisbane and then run over the top of them. And then Sydney will smack the shit out of Port Adelaide this weekend because their coach, Ken Hinkley's a dumb head and put him in hot water. So they're not going to show up for him. And Sydney will just destroy him. They'll get all excited for the grand final. And then Geelong will win the grand final. So, yeah, food's nice and high right now. We're like 5,400 calories average. Yeah. So I try and get like 2 or 3 meals in before. Bro, I'm telling you, the oat bars are that biggest hack. I go through like 6 oat bars a day. I'm going to be real with you. So we've just confirmed that Mario would jerk off another human being for $50. That's what
$50 is $50.
$50. So it's not $20 as $20 anymore. It's $50.
We're better than that now.
Inflation.
What do you think? I love my tea.
So we're going to train back in arms today. Actually, Chris Bumstead trained back yesterday. Should we make this YouTube copying Chris Bumstead's training split? But I think the Classic is so competitive that because there's limitations on the division, I think Classic Physique is so competitive that there will never be anyone that's as dominant as Chris Bumstead. Because it's the ability to like... It's the same with men's physique and women's bikini, right? Because there's so many people at the maxed out level. Because with open bodybuilding, there's no max out. It's just like you can the limits don't exist. Where in other categories, kind of limits do exist. And Chris has been so good for so long that I don't think anyone will reign as long as he did in Classic Physique. We're going to train some back.
No!
We're going to do some pullovers. How many up and goes have you gone through in the last 2 days?
Honestly, bro, in the last,
These are a hack. Show the people, actually. These are a hack. So if you combine up and goes with oat bars, there's an extra 2,000 calories in your day. Thanks for coming. We're back on the creaming soda. I'm still not sure if I like it called creaming soda or creamy soda. It's not healthy, my obsession with... So because I'm the size that I am, I can't buy normal clothes. So it's like the only things that I can spend money on and wear all year round are shoes and hats. Because my head doesn't change size and my feet don't change size. I'm not sure if I'm getting a tan or if my blood pressure's just getting higher. Bit of both, maybe.
good, man. Like, really good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I'm actually going to do a different variation of like a pullover, So I'm going to do like a bench incline pullover, supersetted with a pull through. And then we're going to do a high row. And then we're going to do an underhanded low row. And then we're going to do a T-bar row. And then we're going to do bicep. Yeah, Lucas is really strong with the T-bar row. She's probably stronger than me, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, and because I RDL'd yesterday, I've got a bit of back DOMs actually. So once we warm up and get through that, I think we'll be all right. Okay, let's go. Eating 5,000 calories is really fun for one day, maybe even 2 days. When you have to do it every day, it's not fun. How many oat bars and up and goes can one man consume? Nah, so I do, what's that? So if I do like 5 meals of like 800-ish calories, and then you do like an intra workout and then a post workout, yeah, that makes, every week I struggle with this backpack, bro. Not any shoulder mobility, that's for sure. That's what's not in my bag. I was having this conversation with Mario yesterday. If I could get the same tension and hypertrophy from pressing 1 plate per side, I would do it. Do you know how annoying it is racking and unracking plates? Being strong is cool for everyone else. It's not cool when you're the strong person. You're not supposed to feel this good on peak week, bro. You're supposed to be miserable.
Not even carved up yet.
Not even carved up yet. Have you dropped any more weight? You haven't checked.
I haven't really checked.
Yeah.
I weighed in yesterday at 75.8.
75?
0.8, but I didn't take a shit beforehand.
What's the 0.8 got to do with it?
And that was
That's lighter than you were
That was
when you saw me on Saturday. Remember how we're talking about on when people are on prep, like mentally they just become a different human being? This is a perfect example. This man is trying to reduce the 200 grams of his bamboo socks on his check-in. So we're gonna do probably like 800 and 800
grams.
carbs, yeah. I think we'll do, 800, 50% low GI, 25% fructose, 25% high GI. That's usually the way I like to split it up. So that means you could do like the main rules for carb up is like, try not to introduce anything that you haven't eaten in the last 12 weeks. So like bagels, jam, fruit, cream of rice, cereal, all the good shit. I have a crazy back pump already from 2 movements. Do you think you could comfortably eat 5,500 calories every day? Everyone thinks that they can do it, bro. If you're eating 5,000 shit calories, walk in the park. Piece of piss. Carb powders are your best friend. You know what you can do? This is what I've done before. I don't know if this is real. I've mixed glyco load in with my rice cooker. So you mix up a carb powder with as much water as you need for your rice cooker, and then you pour the carb powder into the rice cooker, and it cooks the rice, and it makes the rice sweet. Rice pudding, but like you're adding carbs to the rice. That's the hack. Yeah, so if you put like, I don't know how it would work with like Vitago or cyclic dextrin, but I know it works with maltodextrin. It cooks into the rice, but I don't know, like I'm assuming it would still be the same amount of calories. Yeah, so if you add the carb powder, so if you do like 80 grams of carb powder, and then you add that to like 100 grams of rice, fuck.
You're looking at like 300 grams of rice.
300 grams of carbs, like just from one meal. I can't reach the fuckers. Oh, fucking hell. Something's clicked in my brain in the last like week. It's really nice. I don't have crippling depression. Yeah, I feel somewhat content with my physique. If you can be unashamedly honest with yourself in scenarios like that, it makes it easier to be unashamedly honest with other people about the same thought processes and feelings. And we've spoken about this before. No one's ever regretted telling the truth. So if you can be honest with yourself, and that's from a mental standpoint, or what we were talking about earlier off camera in terms of looking at myself in the mirror and being honest with myself and content with the way that I look physically, it makes me so much more able to express myself emotionally, and then communicate how I'm feeling either about myself or about someone else. And when people know that about you and they respect your honesty in regards to yourself and other people, it makes communicating so much easier. So much easier. People get into the fitness industry and they love training and they love the idea of talking about health and fitness. So they're like, I'm going to coach. And those people will coach and train and make their entire life about bodybuilding or fitness or health. And you lose the passion for why you really started it in the beginning. Like the amount of PTs I know that fizzle out, like PT industry is crazy turnover. People that start training clients because they think it's enjoyable and that just engulfs their whole life, and then they stop training themselves and it just becomes a slippery slope. So it's like sometimes it can be extremely beneficial to keep your hobbies and your career very separate, or you know what I mean? Yeah, like what I do from a coaching standpoint is less about calories and macros and training programs and more about mental health and compliance and proprioception and overcoming obstacles and adversities and in that kind of a regard, I suppose. Or it's like the difference between a coach and a personal trainer. Right? Any personal trainer can write you a like crazy program and murder you in the gym for 45 minutes. But when your coach is listening to your marital problems and navigating through a ridiculous work schedule to allow you to be able to do cardio and train and get a good night's sleep whilst drinking enough water, and so much goes into it. Oh. Yep. We can ask Tom about the question about winter and summer. We were discussing earlier, prepping through winter or prepping through summer. I have a hypothesis that I reckon that your thermodynamics would work harder in winter. I would say you could probably burn an extra 200 calories a day just from it being a lot colder. Do you confirm, agree, dispel this myth?
Okay. I don't know by how many, but I know there is things on shivering and burning calories.
Right.
I think I disagree. I just wouldn't prep in winter because it's cold.
Whereas I prefer prepping in the winter. I definitely prefer prepping in the winter.
New York guy, LA.
That's actually
New
so
York,
true.
California,
Yeah, that's very true.
No.
Would you say it's enough of a difference to be? How would you say? Like, do you think there's a tangible difference between prepping in the winter than there is prepping in the summer, or it's just like individually specific?
Yeah.
You've got to work hard regardless. Yeah.
Definitely specific. It's like you're usually more depressed in winter.
Yeah, that's true.
So like I don't want to do a double depression.
A double depression.
Depressed from being in prep and then depressed from the. But also, I go to bed at 8:30.
Yeah.
And in the summer, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's
The sun's
true.
Still out.
Yeah, and there's something about like, I don't know. I feel if you're waking up and it's really dark outside and you're getting up to do cardio, it's like you're working harder than everyone else. That's like when Urs was talking shit to Chris Bumstead last year. He's like, I've been in Germany in the snow. You've been in Florida, fucking sunshine and rainbows, prepping like it's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a summer. But I don't think it's enough to like if there was not a show I wouldn't pick a show over it.
Yeah.
But I'd prefer it.
Yeah. There you go. The more you know. don't know. Like you said, because I'm so, like, I respect the process. It's like continually making progress without maxing myself out. And that's from like a food standpoint, training standpoint, PED standpoint. Like there's always room to grow or increase or make more efficient, which is why I'm able to continually make progress. I think anyway. I think we spoke about it even after New York. It was like allowing myself to now call myself a professional bodybuilder and respect myself and treat myself accordingly is giving me a safe space to continually progress physically, mentally, emotionally. The works. Ugh. Maybe like I really like a cable, like high curl. I actually really love, you know the single arm hammer strength? Where you're like up here? That's like probably my favorite bicep machine. Oh, really? They've got one at the other Muscle City, and then they've got one at all the Dairy Meds. For some reason, they just don't have one here.
What is that, man?
When I grow up, I want to be Tom Rodriguez. Oh, no, you're good. I'm not trying to watch myself train biceps, bro. Trust me. That's pretty much a wrap on today's workout. Special appearance by the Tom Rodriguez. 6 back movements. 2 of those were supersetted. 3 bicep movements. Gym's starting to get a little bit busier. Then we've got 2 clients that are about to pose that are both competing this weekend. So we're gonna have a look at them, suss them out, because they're both in peak week and depleting. So they're as flat and as white as they're possibly going to look for the next however long. But it's really good to get a good visual representation of where they're at. Post-training, super flat, no food. And that way we can sort of start to looking to manipulate their water, sodium, carbohydrate intake, all the above, and then hopefully nail some pretty good looks for the weekend for the A and B big titles, which is very exciting. So both of them competing for the, oh no, Josh has competed before, that's a lie. But Tavelin's competing for the first time ever, which is pretty exciting. Getting someone on stage for the first time ever is a very like humbling experience from a coaching aspect, right, Tom? Getting someone on stage for the first time. It's a really nice feeling. Yeah. Yeah, you just want them to enjoy the process, I suppose. Yeah, wins and losses are arbitrary for your first comp, I feel. You know, everyone's like, oh, I want to turn pro my first show. Like, it seems to be like the thing everyone wants to do these days. Little do they know that it took me 6 years.
Still relatively quick.
Yeah, correct, yeah. But, yeah, let's go have a look and see what's going on. Quarter turn. Yeah, yeah. Chest like real flattening out. Up. Yeah, good. Side chest. Keeping in mind he just trained legs and he's super flat, so good. Side tricep. This shot's gnarly. That's gnarly. Good. Back double. Sunder. That's better. Like that detail like through here. Really good. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. So really like lock that knee down. Yeah. Yeah, that right there. Beautiful. So competitor 37 and 42 switch places. It'll just do half turn, half turn. Yeah. So wrap on today. Back, biceps, a little bit of posing, a little bit of peak week stuff with the A and B clients. I'm happy. I'm happy with where you're at. It's amazing what happens when you don't come to me 4 weeks out. It's crazy. But that's a wrap. That's a wrap on today. Get some food in. I wonder if Josh wants to pose. We'll see. But you know the drill. We're getting out of here because it's way too fucking busy. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one. Bloop.